Thank you very much. My name is Michael Olugbenga-Shile, Principal Consultant of Dinamico Consulting. Where we offer educational services and project management services. So we're actually here with one of our wonderful and esteemed clients, Mrs. Adewale, the proprietor of Royal Jewels International School. So we started our relationship with Royal Jewels a little almost a year ago now, and basically started with our board games as a service program, where we train the students here in chess, in Monopoly, and in Scrabble. So also we have our quarterly magazine, the Valorem, which we release every quarter. So this is for the March 2026 edition, and of course, this interview is a cover interview where we're discussing with Mrs. Adewale of Royal Jewels International School. So thank you for your time, Mrs. Adewale.
Thank you,
we
Mr.
appreciate
Shile.
the audience. I mean, I know how busy you are, especially this season. It's exam season now.
Yes.
As we came in, we could see everyone is just on end. So we expect you should be very, very busy at this point, so that you could oblige us. We're very grateful. And thank you for having us. So we'll go right into it, so we don't take too much of your time. And for starters, let's look at the first. So we've sectioned this interview into about 7 sections. But don't worry, we're not going to stay that long. We'll see how we can break it as much as possible. The first section focuses more on your vision and leadership. So we just want to tell us, in a nutshell, about Royal Jewels International School. What started it? How did you start? Did you just wake up one morning and said, "Oh, school is what everybody is doing now, let me start a school"? What were the, as a proprietor, the core values that guided your decision? The fact that we know education is constantly evolving. So what do you believe modern schools need to prioritize? Basically, just tell us a Royal Jewels story and your story at the same time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shile, and I'm glad to be here or to be with you this afternoon.
Thank you.
Well, actually, what birthed Royal Jewels was what started a very long time ago. As a child, I struggled with my education. I discovered my siblings were very bright, and I was struggling. So I was, and back in the days, you dare not ask your parents the why. We don't ask the why behind whatever is happening to us. I searched out the answers myself. I started asking questions. Why am I different? Why am I different? Then later on, I discovered probably I used to convulse when I was much younger.
Oh, wow.
And probably that has caused a little damage in my brain, which would have killed some of the brain cells. And maybe that was what caused my struggle. And going forward, when I started seeing the level of education, I'm somebody that likes education. I love to read. And I didn't know how to read until I was in basic 4.
Wow.
That's the irony of it.
That's almost 9 years.
Yeah, I was 10 years actually.
10.
In basic 4.
Before you could read.
Before I could read.
Amazing.
So that alone, it prompted me to start asking questions. Why am I different? Because as far back as in the 80s, my siblings had read a lot of novels, Loops and Grandpa and the likes, and I could not read, and I wanted to read. So when I got to know, when I started reading, started asking questions, and later on, I saw the way education was going in Nigeria, and I was bothered. Like, why should parents be doing this? When you see examination malpractices everywhere, even to the level of primary school. I have a cousin, when he was in primary school, his parents introduced him to examination malpractice. They took him out of Ondo State
to write
exam. And I learned common entrance. I learned they were given expo to copy from. I was like, for primary school, so it's in deep. And I started asking, because initially I thought I was meant to study medicine, because I just love people. I just love people. I love kids. So I wanted to study medicine. But later on, I discovered I was meant to go into education because I searched out everything that could affect a child's education, everything that could affect a child's brain. Why would a child not do well in the school? What are the causes? And I found out so many causes. I found out so many reasons. This story is actually long, but I'll try to break it
down.
I found out their learning styles, their learning abilities, sicknesses, and so many other things, genetics. which is maybe a child getting 75% of the IQ from parents. When I got to know about that, I was like, I know my mom is very smart, so why should I be dull? I asked that question. Then that was when I discovered it was the convulsion that actually caused the brain cells to be dead and all that. Then we started Royal Jaws in 2007.
2007, that's 15 years ago.
No. 19 years ago.
19 years ago.
Yes,
wow.
19 years ago.
Okay.
And it was via Mr. Ajayi's persuasion as Preston, the proprietor of Preston.
Okay.
Yes, my sister my sister is one of their.
That means I bet to you must have been very young then, 19 years ago.
Yes, I was actually young. I was still in school.
In your 20s, probably.
20s, yes.
Wow. Okay.
Like 23 or 24.
Interesting. Wonderful. That's a powerful one.
So he encouraged my mom. He said she should start a school on my behalf. While I was still in school. So she started, they started encouraging me that this is what you want to really do. Because, I just like to, especially when I see children that are struggling with education, I just want to come in. I want to know the reason why. I ask questions. I counsel the parents. We talk together. And, when I see the challenge, I come in. And some children, due to sicknesses, some children are autistic.
Yeah.
Some have PDD, that's pervasive developmental disorder. And parents don't know. They're just like every other child, every other children. And, when I come in, I just want to help. And I've helped. I'm happy I've been able to help a lot of children come out of this and making them know, assuring them that, see, you can do it. Your learning style may be different from mine. Your learning abilities may be different, but you can do it. So I think I've been able to say something because I tried to summarize because the story is actually very long.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe just to delve in a bit more. 19 years between then and now. What would you say in terms of the trajectory? What was it like? You could say that in a few seconds. When you started, when you took over, because you mentioned you were in school then.
Yeah.
And of course, even after that. And what has it been like?
I was joining intermittently, actually.
Okay.
Yes, so I was actually studying what was happening, what was going on. And it was a bit challenging. But now, I think, over the years, I've learned a lot of things.
Okay.
I can actually call myself maybe a counselor to parents.
Wonderful.
Parents or children counselor. Because I try to counsel as much as I can. Any child around me, either smart or I would not want to use the word not smart. I try to help every child grow and see themselves, in a brighter light. Yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much. That's great. That's great. So maybe if I quickly ask this one, that as we said, education is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
Education 10 years ago is different from what it is today. Even 5 years ago, we keep seeing a lot of changes, innovations, and all that. So, what would you believe modern schools must prioritize beyond academic performance? Because there is this idea that everyone basically focuses on the academic areas. Oh, you must do this. You must be good in math. But are there other things? Because we found ourselves in a situation now where we seem to be raising more academically smart
children,
but then than life smart. I like to call it life smart. So what would you say? In a nutshell.
Okay. So in the last 5 years, let me say that during COVID, I think that was what prompted each and every one of us to see a better light to it. Like education is beyond the four walls of a classroom.
Yes.
And there are so many other programs out there apart from the normal the cognitive domain that we are getting in the school that would help children grow better and understand life better. And this one of it is what you're doing here in Royal Jaws. That's the board games. It's an open-ended game that allows children to think critically. Not just think. They think critically. They use their brains. Like I'll tell parents, any child you're introducing examination malpractice too, you're killing the brain cells because the brain will be dormant. But all of these things, they help children to, to rewire their brain. Because children are like, when you give birth to a child, it's just like depositing a wire that you want to wire a house. So the more information you introduce to these children, the better for them. So, the synapses will keep joining together, and it forms a very healthy brain cell. Unlike a child that is not introduced to things like this. Well, in Nigeria, we celebrate the cognitive domain alone.
A lot, yeah.
Alone. Not
alone,
even a lot.
True.
In Nigeria, like they want to see your certificates anywhere you are, even if you're not good. Once your certificate is good, you're good to go. We celebrate the cognitive part alone. And the other aspects are there, the psychomotor, the other part like the social, and that is what you're doing here in Dinamico Consulting. In fact, I so much love it, and I've always loved it. But what I love is consistency. Why I waited this long before I joined was I wanted to study the consistency. Are you consistent? And I saw the consistency. In fact, I was the one that called Mrs. Shile myself that Mrs. Shile, I want to join your
thank you so much.
Whatever you're doing right now. I want to be part of it. And she was like, "Oh, Mrs. Adewale, I've been telling you about this for the past 7 years."
Wow.
For the past 7 years, but I was, just trying to study and see if you were consistent. And I saw the consistency. Very powerful.
Thank you so much.
So that was why I said I made up my mind to join Dinamico. That we have to do this together.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mrs. Adewale. Interestingly, you've covered a part of section 2, almost all of section 2. We're going to focus on the partnership, between Dinamico Consulting and Royal Jewels. I was going to ask, okay, maybe I should just throw one of the questions there. How did you feel? When did you first come across our program?
That should be 2018.
2018. That's 8 years ago. So it took us 7 years. Yeah, 8 years ago.
Okay, that should be 2018.
Wonderful. Okay, so we actually started in 2012. Interestingly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've been doing this now for 40. This year we'll make it the 14th year.
Wow.
Our first school then was Impact International School. After we had reached out to over 14 schools then, we're relatively new in Akure then, and over the years we've actually seen it grow. The number of schools we've actually had to pass through in the last. Then we also had a bit of issue during COVID. So COVID actually hit us bad. As a COVID in 2020, I think we had about 8 active schools then. We went all the way down to 0 because for almost a year, children could no longer learn the regular way. Yes. And by the time COVID even subsided, nobody was willing to take that risk. So we were almost having a break for almost another 2 years. But then away from all that too. So when we started this partnership, what were your expectations particularly? What were the things you were expecting? It's been 2 successful terms now, I dare say. What were you? As they say, what I ordered versus what I got. Did you get what you ordered, or
I actually got what I ordered?
Fantastic.
Yes, because I wanted to build the confidence of these children, number 1, and I wanted to work on their critical thinking, number 2, and I got all of those. I got the 2. Looking back, I was like, no, some of these pupils when they talk now, they talk confidently, and and even in their mathematics, it has really helped. Their calculations, they calculate better, and I think it's a good one for me.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, I got what I ordered for, even more.
Even more. So I think we should increase the fee then. Anyway, that also reminds me. Lately, we've been, we follow you as well, which is what we do with all our clients. Every one of our clients, we follow you because the way we work at Dinamico Consulting is that we don't see you as a client, we see you as family. So the minute we are engaged, we want to be part of everything you do as much as possible. So we've been studying and we've seen speak like a star. Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot. I don't know if that's a separate initiative.
Actually, that's not mine.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
But my children are part of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's for a friend.
Ah, beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was a real jewel initiative, but we know his son. I felt this is quite interesting. And I mentioned that specifically because you talked about the way your children speak more confidently. Because it's one of the things we know that this board have been doing.
Yes.
So interestingly, we are very, very.
I have some of my pupils who are on the platform.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good. Because we're very big on seeing how we can export our children. Every child we take, We want to see you go out there and shine. So when we have platforms like this, like you just mentioned, something like that, and children from here are going out there. We have children we've taken outside, Ondo State, Lagos to go compete in tournaments, and they've come out shining. So for us, we feel one of the things this board games also does is opens you out.
Yeah.
Opens you externally. You can go out there with confidence.
Even socially, socialize. Like the time our pupils went to Preston to play, that was the first time I would say in a while we were going out.
Wonderful.
That was because for a while we've not really gone out. And I was happy we were part of
that.
Of the program.
Yeah. Another one is coming up soon, though. I think we should have the next one by May.
Okay.
So we're already making arrangements, and of course you'll be
very definitely will be there.
You definitely will be there. All the schools. Thank you so much. So from what I hear you say now, we can say there have been improvements in critical thinking, in confidence and decision making, financial literacy, like Monopoly now, critical thinking, of course, that'll be a lot of chess and Scrabble, confidence and decision making, also all three games, especially financial literacy, Monopoly, vocabulary development, Scrabble, and of course strategic reasoning encompasses everything. So can you share maybe a particular subset of one of your children, one of your students that kind of stands out, that that, okay, before this child started this board game thing, this is where this child was. But in the last 2 terms, I think this child has moved from here to here. Maybe a particular story.
Okay, that should be my second child.
Beautiful.
She's as shy, or she used to be as shy as I am. But after she started the board games, she didn't find it easy at first. She was always complaining, mommy, the stress. I was like, you just go ahead, do it. And now she'll be the one to call me, mommy, can we play Monopoly?
Wonderful.
She likes more. Monopoly. I think she likes Monopoly.
Okay.
And and anytime she's presenting, I see the confidence in her. It's coming out. It's coming out, and awesome. I really like that.
Awesome. That's great to know. Great to know. All right. So, how's the response of parents been so far to it? Because one of the things we've also observed in all our years of running this program is that because of this fixation that parents have with academics, just your book.
Just
I sent you to school to go and
domain read, alone.
go and do your maths, your English, and all that. Nobody wants anything else. So when they hear anything extra, they're like, no, we don't want anything that will interfere. If I've been to schools where the proprietor will tell you that, no, we're only focused on them doing well in their WAEC and NECO. We want to make 8 A's or 9 A's. We don't want anything else. But we've tried to, we keep preaching that gospel that, look, there's more to it. It's not just about the games, really. It's about the experience. So
the exposure.
A lot of times, the major bottleneck we face is with parents. When parents say, no, we don't want this.
Well, in Royal Jaws, I think it's different. It's a different ballgame in Royal Jaws because we've always sensitized our parents when it comes to things like this. And board game is something we've been doing in-house before we joined Dinamico. We've been doing it in-house. So parents already know about it. They understand it because we lecture them. We don't just teach the children alone. We teach the parents as well. We train them so they can have the understanding of all it takes to be a complete human. Yes, a complete human being.
Fantastic. Yes. Thank you so much. That's great. So that takes us to section 4 then. Academic and character development. We're moving very fast. So in your opinion, how do board games complement traditional classroom learning?
Okay.
And you can, if you want to narrow down any of the games or you just want to take it together, it's fine.
No, I'll go for the chess. Okay. When it comes to chess, like I said earlier, it helps with their critical thinking.
Yeah.
And when you look at the old world or probably Nigeria, you see our leaders. I will always say everywhere, anywhere, that they are chess players because they know how to play their games. So if a child, you want to be, I think I forgot to talk about our mission and the vision of the school. The vision of the school is to bring back the almost forgotten educational system of Nigeria and make it worthwhile. Because we've almost forgotten it. For parents to go into examination malpractices, it means we've almost forgotten it. So that is our vision. And the mission is, to make a whole child, an entrepreneur. And how do you make an entrepreneur? He's not a critical thinker. He's not an entrepreneur, somebody that can solve problems. Yes, somebody that can solve problems. So if a child can easily solve the problems you see around, then you grow up to become a good entrepreneur. So chess for me is the ball game, is the best. I love chess because I started playing it while I was young.
Wow. So
yes.
You play actively?
Yes, I do.
Amazing.
I do.
You play with your kids, with the students?
My firstborn, actually. Oh, yes, with the students, I do.
Okay. So what's it always like? Have you seen the ones that started beating you yet?
I tell you, more than 2.
Oh, wow.
I have more than 2, like 3 of them. You know, yes.
I remember the first time my daughter, so I started teaching my daughter, she's 11 now. She started learning chess when she was about 4.
Wow.
3, 4. The first time she beat me, like the joy on her face, I almost felt like an admirer because she wasn't actually supposed to. I mean, the way I play, I won't play you like a child. I'll play as when I play.
Yes.
We don't do like, okay, you're trying to teach children, so just no, you can't pamper them. Let them learn the art. They have to lose 20 games to win one. Let them do it.
Yes.
The first time she won me, I think she was in primary 3 or primary 4. She was so excited because I didn't expect her to win that game, and she won, and that opened her confidence, and she ended up beating me in many more games. Wow. Of course, I'm still better than her, but
definitely.
I can't afford to just look away. If I'm playing
when you're playing with her, yes, it needs your full concentration. Yes.
So it's good to hear that.
It has always been like that with my pupils. Yes.
Fantastic. All right, maybe I should also talk about. Okay, I think this question has already been answered. I was going to talk about maybe changes in student discipline, patience, and focus, as it
sorry, I didn't get that.
Their character.
Can you come?
Yeah,
okay, can you come again?
Students.
Okay.
So these games now, do you think it has also had any impact on the maybe discipline, focus, and maybe the level of patience? Because these are the things these games.
Yes. Actually, it has in many ways. In their examination, especially, some of them when they are doing they just want to be the first to finish, and they make a lot of mistakes, and you be like, go back. But now it has really reduced. When they're writing their exams, you see them being patient. Trying to finish up well, and I think I like that. It's a good one.
One of the things, just
for me,
for example, is because it's a
patience. Because if you make the wrong move,
you might. So you want to take your time to think, look at
to study.
Make this move, it makes that move.
Yes.
What if he doesn't make this move and he makes
this?
So you're thinking 10 minutes in advance. And like you said earlier on, the brain is working.
Yes. Very fast.
We go to the fifth section of this interview now. This is us trying to narrow down the games particularly. So we say of the 3 games now. I mean, as much as I know you love chess most, I'm also like that. I love chess the most beyond the others. Now, these 3 games, chess, Monopoly, and Scrabble. Which one would you say has had the most noticeable transformational impact in your school?
I think I'll go for the Scrabble.
Oh, Scrabble. Okay. Yeah. So more of your children play Scrabble.
I think majority of the younger ones, right? The younger ones, it has really helped in their spelling.
And chess. Okay,
we do spelling bee, yes, every week here, and I think I've seen a lot of improvement.
Fantastic. So Scrabble.
Yeah, I'll go for the Scrabble.
Scrabble. Okay. All right. So we've talked about the 3 games. So you said Scrabble based on the feedback from your students, visual feedback. I was going to say Bright should be able to speak to that. He's one of the instructors here. So I guess you agree with that too? All right. And so let's talk about Monopoly though. How would you say Monopoly has helped your students understand money management and real world financial
financial literacy? As regards that, it has helped. Well, if I should say personally, it has helped my own child. Other children, I may not really know how they're doing with that, but my own child, because on a normal day, if I give her 1,000 naira, Adewale will go buy something for me. She would maybe something of 500 naira, and she's supposed to collect change, right?
Yeah.
My child will just go drop the 1,000 naira and come back home. Mommy, my change. You told me to buy something. I didn't know I was supposed to collect change. But for her now, before she leaves the house, she will calculate what she was going to buy and what the change she'll be collecting. And that has really helped her. Anytime I see her doing that, I think I love it. Now I see the work of Mrs. Shile or Dinamico,
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. About Scrabble. What academic? You talked about Scrabble already. The spellings and all that. Let's help them. Okay. And even Scrabble, because I like to tell people that Scrabble is even beyond the spellings. One of the things, and we also try to apply it even to business, is positioning. Because in Scrabble, there's something we call anagrams. Anagrams basically mean the combination of letters. Like I have a letter OCEAN, right? Now the Scrabble tiles, O is 1 point, C is 3 points, E is 1 point, A is 1 point, N is 1 point. So C happens to be the one that carries the most point there. I could decide to rework the letters or rearrange them and have Kano, CANOE, the same set of letters. I could play Ocean. And because I was smart enough to place my C on a premium square that has triple word. For every score there, I get it times 3. I could end up playing Kano instead. And because I was not able to place my C on the right square, I scored maybe 18 points. While the other one, I scored 45 points. You wonder that, is it not the same set of letters, but they're positioning? So in business too, we like to tell people, there are some areas you don't need to delve into. If you understand positioning, you know, look, if I stay here, what's the timeline? How much do I get from this? Just taking it a bit back there. That Scrabble, you know, because a lot of people actually think Scrabble is just about the vocabulary, but it's more than that. Understanding how to take advantage of the triple letters, the triple words, those squares there, double letter, double word, and many benefits are available. It's just life, basically. Just like in Nigeria, they'll tell you that there are a lot of benefits you can take advantage of, but if you don't know how to use those benefits, they'll just be there and somebody else will take over and use them. That was just a bit of a digression. Let's talk about chess now. You've talked about chess a bit too, but what mindset shifts have you observed among your students in chess? I think you talked about that, but maybe you just want to say a little more again for the camera.
Okay, I think when it comes to their critical thinking, like I said earlier, your critical thinking, then being calmer, more composed, because you don't just take decisions. You think it through before you take decisions.
Emphasis on that, they think it through. Very, very important. Yes. I like the comparison you gave there in terms when they're writing the exams. Everybody wants to be the first to finish. You know, one thing we try to tell is about speed and accuracy. It's good to be fast, but if you're fast and you're not accurate, it's a problem. So it balances it that way. You're calmer. You know, you need to check again to be very sure. Look around, just the same way when you're crossing the road. As they look left, look right, then look left again. Similarly, it applies there. So let's go to the sixth part, and we're wrapping up gradually about the strategic value to the school. Now, from a branding and positioning perspective, do you think this partnership has, strengthened Royal Joe's International School in any way?
Yes, it has. Because I have friends in Lagos that will call me, oh, hello, babe, how far? This thing you're always posting, how can I be a part of it? I'll be like, don't worry, I'll give you the link. And, it has really added value to my school as well. And yes.
And maybe actually for the camera too, Mr. Adewale, even one of the schools we currently are, she referred the school to us, so thank you again for that. Oh, fantastic. We're very grateful for that. So as offering structured board games education, giving your school, I think we've answered that already, a competitive advantage in Akure. I want to believe that. Yeah. And how important is innovation in sustaining relevance in private education today?
Oh, it's very important because the world is evolving.
Yes.
And you have to, be at the head, play your games well. Should I say it that way? Yeah. Like during COVID, schools that were not prepared, could not have access to their students.
Yes.
And I could say virtually that I even enjoyed the government, what this payment they made during COVID to private schools, the palliatives. I enjoyed it because I was always paying my salary through the bank. Okay. I stopped cash payments since 2017. Wow. And, when they asked questions, how do you pay your staff salary? I gave them the breakdown. And I printed my the statement of account. And when they saw that it was true, they gave most of my staff the palliative. They paid them for 3 months. So we should always be ahead. We should always be ahead. And, there are so many things we could do as schools, as school owners, that will help these children. We should not just be rigid. We should not be rigid. And maybe we should say this off camera, especially our textbooks. The textbooks, foreign printed books.
Foreign printed books, okay.
They are Nigerian curriculum, right? But they are printed, they are not printed in Nigeria because we have some other people out there that will vet these books before they are being printed. But the ones that are printed in Nigeria, any Nigerian book I have, I'll put them on my table, vet myself, and I tell you, I will see mistakes, a lot of mistakes, and I will help them use pencil to rule the mistakes so they will see it themselves. And there are so many things we need to do as school owners that would help these children, the board games, the public speaking, the textbooks we use, and the use of the internet. We should help these children at least while guiding them. The use of internet, CBT and the like. There are so many innovatives that we can inculcate in education that will help learning and that will help these children to be what we want them to be in future, because they are going to compete with children that went to Harvard University and the likes. So why should we limit them? Why should we limit them?
Thank you so much. So we're wrapping up gradually in the final section now. I mean, do you see this partnership, Dinamico Royal Jewels, continuing in the long term, and why? We've just been with you now for about 2 terms.
Okay.
It already feels like 3 years.
One thing about me, before I start the thing, I take my time. And once I start, I don't let go easily. Maybe because of my temperament. I study before I leap. And once I leap, I see you as a partner for life. And I think I've seen what I've wanted. And I think going with it should not be an issue. Yes.
That's very reassuring. Because just like you said, we also want partners for life. We don't, in fact, one of the funny things is, it's not even a funny thing, our reality is that we don't even lose clients. Most times when we have clients we've been with for years. Case in point now, what just brings that this is our 11th year with them. Some of their children, we started with them when they were in primary. Some of them have finished university now. And we look at it and we're like, wow. I stumbled on a picture recently. We took that picture in 2015. With some of the kids were in primary 1 then. I saw one of them recently. A sister was getting married. So his older sister. It was looking so big. And I said, how old are you now? He said, 26. I was like, wow. It was interesting to see that the same kids just... and it's, all grown and all that. In his 20s, rather, I don't think it was 20, it was in his 20s, but looking all grown and all that. And what are you doing now? When they tell you their stories, you're so happy, and it starts from the level of continuity we're able to carry on. So we're very happy to hear that this partnership is not ending anytime soon. Thank you so much. And of course, I was going to ask that, would you recommend Dinamico's board games program to order? Of course, you've been doing that already, and you just said you're still going to do so much more. So what advice would you give to school leaders who are unsure about integrating structured games into your curriculum? Maybe school owners, proprietors, who have mixed feelings, who feel this is not it, we don't think we need this. What would you tell them?
I think they need more exposure. They need to be, yes. Because if they have the knowledge, you don't have to push anybody around. They need more exposure.
Fantastic. And on final note, I was going to ask again that growing up, did you play board games? But of course, you already said you played chess. When did you start playing chess?
I think when I was 12.
12, okay.
Yes, when I was 12. I started with my brothers. They brought it home that day and they started playing. I just like to try new things, but I would take my time. Yes, so I was watching. Then later on I joined them.
I hope you still actively, because beautiful. We always encourage that. I love when I see adults especially play chess, business people, professionals, because it's a favorite pastime. A lot of times, if you see me just sitting down not doing anything, 9 out of 10 times I'm actually playing chess on my phone. If you just see me quiet and I'm just sitting down, tapping my phone, come close, you'll likely see me playing chess. At a point it almost became something else, because I get so distracted sometimes, even while I'm in church. I've stopped. I don't do that anymore. I hope you didn't capture that on camera. Sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah, so sometimes maybe, sorry. Yeah. You need a glass of water? Something? Okay. All right. I hope I wasn't the one who cracked you up. Oh my God. So, it was almost becoming something else. And even till now, if I'm in a maybe, sometimes maybe I'm in a party or something, because I am a very, I can't just sit in one place like that doing nothing. So rather than just say, I just playing chess. So fine enough, okay, I'm like, no, okay, stop it. And it gets so competitive. Before I know, I've played more games than I even intended to play. And I see how much this actually helps me, as a person. And I'm glad to hear that, we have people, or because sometimes, there's always that tendency to feel odd. There's that tendency, especially when it's not something everybody does. But it's also a unique perspective to things. Thank you so much. And finally, if you were to describe Dinamico Consulting in 3 words, what would those words be?
You're simply amazing.
You're simply amazing. 3 words. Thank you so much, Mr. Adewale. Thank you so much, Mr. Adewale, and thank you for having us. It's been a pleasure, doing this, and we look forward to greater, more productive, of course, more mutual beneficial.
Mrs. Adewale.
Mrs. Adewale. Okay.
Glad to have you around.
Thank you so much. So, what's the secret? How have you guys been able to do it? And we are. This is wonderful so far.
Really, by God's grace, God has been helping us, and then team spirit.
Team spirit.
We'll be able to go far.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Mr. Adewale. Nice meeting you. Thank you so much.